What's up, viewers? All of our players tonight are stuck in a dungeon, so we thought we'd put on a recording for you that shares some lore from earlier in our campaign and a review of a few things that happened earlier as well. We're glad you're here, and we'll be back next week with some madness. Without further ado, I'll start the video.
Welcome back, everyone, to part 4 of our lore series, dedicated to our tabletop role-playing game for Rites of Binding, Inheritance. In this video, we have our newly brought back friend, Madison. We also have Piper join us again for the 4th time, and then myself, which, of course, I'm the DM for. We'll be
What's your name? Do you have a name?
Well, they watched all the other 3, so they know who my name is.
You better know.
Yeah, you better know. Anyway,
I totally know your name. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course you do.
This is not the time to discuss how we have so many nicknames for you.
Oh yeah, none at all. There are 0. So we are within Luck still, talking about what's going on there. We kind of talked about what happened specifically with Let, as we had Rose in the previous episode, and a few extra different things that kind of happened. And I think we probably should start with, because Madison has been brought back today, about Fern, and her experience meeting with Dimitri.
Right, that did happen early on in Lex, didn't
Mm-hmm.
You did that so well. I'm still blown away. So the audience, you guys don't know, I did not give Nathaniel very much on like who Dimitri was. I just said Fern has a mentor who brought her into the church. He's an old dude. It's kind of like Galen, and this guy knocked it out of the park. Should I like describe Dimitri? Because you just did so goddamn well. He's this older human, and kind of is a really weird mix between like absent-minded professor and professional dignitary. So like he'll be super formal, but he'll also like walk out onto the street, pull a chicken from his pocket, and leave. That's how he left the first meeting. It was fabulous. Oh gosh. So yeah, Fern got a message when she got to Lux of, here's where we're going to meet, because she and Dimitri had planned to meet in Lux. That's why she was not traveling with him. And so they met, and what did they even talk about? Journey stuff, I guess? Do you remember?
You did have a second person that joined you.
We did! The Grand Herald! Right? That's right! Right! Fern recounted the whole last journey from the shipwreck to up to that point. And then Dimitri had alluded to a second guest, and Fern was all like, who's budging in on this? And it was the Grand Herald, Liliana?
Mm-hmm.
Liliana, who we saw in Astrobluff?
Correct.
Yep.
At the like big light festival thing. And she was relevant because she's also one of the judges for the Speaker Ascension.
Yeah, during the Speaker Ascension process, typically it is the Grand Herald, and the Grand Herald picks 2 other heralds to be the judge for whoever they select as the next speaker. However, during that discussion, which is a reason why Dimitri brought you, was that during the discussion, it was revealed that the people who are judging is the previous speaker, the Grand Herald, and your mentor.
Which is weird, because he's not a herald. Only the big gods, which are the saints?
Correct.
I get saints. The big gods and there's little gods. One is saints, one is sages.
Yep.
Sages are the little ones, saints are the big ones. Only the saints have heralds.
Mm-hmm.
Lore. So yeah, it was him, and it was Liliana, and it was the current speaker, which again is weird. And Fern was all like, what's up with that? I don't think she got an answer.
I don't think you did. I think you might have asked offhanded to Liliana, and I think she mentioned that she knew Dimitri very well.
They're like besties or something. I don't know.
They're really good friends, according to them. From your experience, you have no idea why they would be, but apparently they are.
What does Fern know? I mean, literally, what does she know? Dimitri was like, what do you know? And Fern was like, I don't know. That was his leading question. And Fern was like,
Yeah.
And then he told her to be on guard. Like something
Keep
weird
an
was
eye
happening.
out for things.
Keep an eye
Yeah.
out. Yeah. That was it.
Be aware
And
of
Fern
your
was like,
surroundings.
I remember being super spooked because I was like, what? And that's when I started making the theory board.
Yep.
A murder
Behind me on my
board.
door here is an entire theory board about the first act and what was happening and what might happen next. Didn't work very well except when it did. But that's another topic. That's kind of... Oh, he gave her the gifts then too, didn't he?
Yes, he gave you a wrapped package and said to open it when you need it most.
Right, and Fern heard, this is super dangerous and might explode when you open it. Don't open it. That will come up later. And I'm a little salty I didn't open it sooner. But it's fine.
Yeah, no
Well, I mean,
kidding.
it happened in our first episode.
Oh yeah, it did. They would have seen that. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was when he gave Fern the... What are they called?
The aspects of creation.
Aspects.
One of
Starts
wisdom.
with A of the one of wisdom. It's like, I want to say access, but that's not right.
The access.
The access.
Access creation.
Kind of all that happened, though.
That interaction, yeah. There wasn't much else.
He walked away pulling a chicken from his pocket. That stuck with me.
Yep.
It was like the perfect illustration of this man, like, super important, friends with the Grand Herald, and also chicken. Okay.
Yeah.
He doesn't explain himself. He just walks away, and I know that that's how he acted until you did it, and I was like, of course, that's exactly how this man would act. Nathaniel knocked it out of the park, y'all. It was crazy. It was the best.
And I think we'll also turn to the other obligation that you had within the town. Specifically a debt that the family requested of you.
Right. Right. So in Gloom Portal, we covered that Fern got released, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
She got released on the condition that she would do something for the family. They wanted her to steal something called the Key of Honor. Didn't really know what that was, so Fern did perhaps one of her least favorite things and went to a library to figure that out. I think Sylvia tagged along.
No, I think you went with Let because Sylvia went on her own.
I went with somebody, and I don't remember what Let did. I just remember it did not go super well, but I did find some info about what the keys did, namely that they unlock the vault in which the Sword of Ascension, a really powerful artifact, is kept. That sword is used in the Speaker Ascension, and it belongs to the Hero King. Right?
Correct.
Murder board for the win! And there
The
were
three
like
keys
two
involved were the Key of Honor, the Key of Compassion, and the Key of Knowledge.
Knowledge. And those went to different people. One went to druids.
Yep. Key of Compassion.
One went to a noble family, and that was the Key of Honor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember where the last one went.
The Griffin Riders had
The
Key
Griffin
of Knowledge.
Riders. Okay, yeah. Anyways, Fern figured out that this was important, and if the family wanted it, it was probably bad because it's super powerful. Like, if they'd asked her to, like, steal this famous necklace, sure, yeah, whatever. But this is something that, like, might have bigger repercussions, and she's trying not to be bad, cause problems, maintain the peace.
Think back into the criminal underground where she had her upbringing.
Listen, we all make mistakes in life. Anyways, she walked out of the library and threw all of the stuff she got from the family, which included, like, where the key was, a ticket to get into an event being held at the house so that she could, like, sneak. It was, like, useful stuff, and she, like, burned it. Which, in the moment, really, hindsight, bit me in the butt a little bit. But I didn't go after the key, and it is now lost.
Yeah, that was a decision that you made that may be good or bad in the large scheme of things. Right now, it may not be too helpful, but you never know.
Morally, felt good. At the moment, or later, it was frustrating. And, I mean, who knows when the repercussions for that are actually going to hit of, like, you didn't do what we asked. Fuck you.
So
It's probably fine.
I think at this point we should probably jump into Sylvia's variety of stuff that she was
Please
up to within the
stop
city.
talking about me.
Well, after catching up with her family a little bit, we also met Aerith, her oldest sister, and Connell, her older brother.
Mhm.
Kind of polar opposites. Aerith is, yes. Awesome.
Did you talk about how awful your family is? Because that just needs to be pointed out. Like,
We'll get there.
Awful?
yes, I have it in my notes that they're awful, but we'll get there. Keep going.
Oh my gosh. Okay, maybe to Fern's perspective, they're awful.
Yeah.
But if the group had gone to any other noble family, I think it would have gone worse. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so Aerith is very much like the dutiful daughter. She's the first in line, very serious. If you think Sylvia's uptight, Aerith is way worse.
Yeah.
Connell being the polar opposite, kind of like he's responsible, but he's also just out to have a good time, and that's all he cares about. He wants to get into it, have adventures, have a good time,
Mm-hmm.
and that's about it. Your good time guy, basically.
You also have a younger sister, but we haven't actually met her in the game yet.
I keep forgetting that.
No, but we will probably meet her soon, which means I need to write more backstory.
You're right.
Yeah, because she stays at home.
She's still in school. She's young.
Yeah,
How old
actually
is
very
she?
young.
I think she's like 80, maybe.
No,
Oh,
she's
very
much younger.
young.
Oh, is she 50?
I think she's like 40, 30. Like,
Okay, I thought
she's
she was
like
young.
child.
Yeah, she's pretty young. Okay. Anyways, so after that whole meeting with the party and Sylvia's family, Sylvia decided to go and see if she could find some information on Lionret's memory problems, which led to her exploring the College of the Grand Arts, and there was basically nobody there because nothing's really happening in the city yet. Everyone's preparing for the tournament, but nothing has actually happened.
Yeah.
Did find out about some different lectures to go to. Do you want me to touch on those now?
Yeah, I can list them off here. I had a variety that they could go to, and if they wanted to go to something more specific, they could have. Out of the ones that I had provided, What is Dunamancy, which is conducted by Seer Deacon. We had the Dranthon and Gith Conflict by Ella Bella.
Which I should have gone to in hindsight.
Getting the Most Out of Your Workers by Astfan Orientis, which is a character within Gorfrak's backstory, which we'll talk about a little bit later today. Lessons to Live by the current speaker, Lestafon. Curses and How to Deal with Them by Fabian Campbell. And Troubles Among the Commoners by Otis Iranor.
Fabian Campbell had a lecture about curses, the man? Was he a werewolf
Wait.
or did he just lead a werewolf cult?
He had a lecture.
He had a lecture.
But also,
About curses.
you left out a few, like The Silent Conflict Aftermath by Ignis Manlays and What is Magic by Cirrus Deacon and Cooking for Amateurs by Bolino Oncus.
Yeah, I might have added some in there. Some of them, looking back on that time frame for you guys, my Lux notes are very jumbled and pieces are missing. There were some issues that I had, and so there's things I don't have entirely on that section. So
there were lectures.
There were lectures and a lot of them. Not to say the ones that you did list were not important either. There's another one that was by Sears Deacon, which is also very important.
Right. I can't remember if I went to both of those. I know I went to the Dunamancy one.
I think you did. Let me check my notes.
And then I remember... Okay. I remember because I went to the Dunamancy one, learned about Dunamancy, and then met Cirrus Deacon after, and spoke with him a little bit, and he was talking about Lionret's memory problem. He completely stopped his book signing to go in.
Book signing event for all of you who really are on the, what do you want to call it, the propaganda of this guy has a big ego. Just saying. He has a book signing.
His book signing. to investigate what was going on with Lionrith. And I remember did he try clear curse or something like that?
Remove
tried some
curse.
really
He
high
tried a
level-
variety of things.
He tried some really high level stuff. I think he also tried I can't remember the name of the spell, but that like lets you look into somebody's mind.
Tech thoughts.
Yeah, so detect thoughts. Gosh, that was basic. And nothing really worked. And like I remember he looked into Lionrith's mind. It was kind of like there was something blocking him, basically. So in Cirrus Deacon being a very powerful wizard and not being able to crack it kind of meant that this was really serious.
Yeah.
I didn't really get much further with him, but did learn that it was, Lionrith was a big deal. And he did give me his calling card, I guess, so that I could send him
His sending card, yeah.
Sending to contact him.
So certain people have sending cards, which prevents sending to contact them unless you have their card.
Right.
Excuse you, it lets me contact him? Because somebody doesn't have sending.
I'm sure I will fix that soon because Sylvia's not a fan of relying on Fern to communicate with people.
Yeah, but you gotta admit, there's some comedy in it.
Yes, it is. It's comedic.
It's comedic.
And terrifying when you get the response.
If I'm not here for the comedy, I'm not here for anything.
Yes, but again, notice that every time that Sylvia has to send a message, it's Sylvia via Fern to make it very clear. This is from Sylvia.
Well, duh. I don't think anybody would take it seriously if they just heard a random half-orc's voice going, "Hi, I need to talk to you about something important."
Yeah.
Right. Also, I know Sylvia went to Fabian Campbell's lecture and did not recognize him and remember that we had fought him in Hexworth and he was part of the werewolf cult.
You were so salty that you could not, and you couldn't figure it out either because nobody took notes from that point.
Because by this point, we've been playing for a year at least, so the time frame between Hexworth and Lux, as far as us playing, was so long.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Did I do anything else at that time period that was worth mentioning?
You got your book.
Yes, that's right. So, I thought that was after we qualified that Sylvia's father had her come talk to him one night, and he told her, if you can beat Aerith in the tournament, Aerith's team, then you will I will give you this very important family heirloom, which is this magical book. So Sylvia had even more reason to want to best her sister, aside from their kind of ongoing rivalry that they have.
Also, the book is a character, and I love him.
Yes, which was in one of our episodes, so you can deduce that Sylvia did get the book.
And he's a very wonderful character.
Yes, very knowledgeable, quite an attitude.
He's a prick. We love it.
Yeah,
of course it's an heirloom.
That's for your family. You glossed over it, but they are not a healthy family.
What do you mean? Not a healthy family?
They're mean. And they pit their children against each other. And they raised Sylvia. Something is wrong with Sylvia.
I don't know that so much they normally pit, at the beginning, they would pit them against each other. In my mind, it's something that just kind of happened and not something they were wanting to happen. And it's more of, I would say, with the tournament, the motivation was, we want somebody in our family to win, so let's just motivate Sylvia to do as good as she can with her ragtag team.
Yeah, and look, we beat Aerith. Ha! They still weren't very nice, and I have a feeling that when we meet them again, they're still not going to be very nice. They called Fern a street urchin, and they're not wrong. But
again, Fern versus the Emirs, very different.
But the comedy of it, you can be nice and still disapprove of somebody. Hold on 1 second.
Anyway, for canonic's sake, your mom does keep tabs on you.
Yes, that's right.
That's right. We did learn about that.
She has been scrying on me throughout the journey, which on the one hand, I'm like, okay, at least she's a good mother and made sure Sylvia was okay. But then on the other hand, she didn't actually ever try to send help, even though she knew where Sylvia was.
Yeah. Maybe she thought you were in danger.
Another
You should have
point in
intervened, but who knows? Anyway, let's maybe turn ourselves to a little bit kind of what Gorfrak had done, which wasn't that much. Alphonse Orientis, he was the A man that we'll talk about sometime here soon. This will be the end of our episode today, so thank you for all tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye, everyone.
All right, viewers, sorry we probably had a little bit of audio loop there. I'm definitely running on a different setup than normal. But thanks for viewing tonight. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to us and ring that bell for notifications when we go live. Be sure to comment and let us know what you liked, your personal conspiracy theories about the plot, and if you think that Let should get a pet spider. Our DM is Nathaniel Ingersoll, our showrunner is me, Rose Mikey, and our artwork is done in-house by Madison Abraga. Have a great week, viewer, and we'll see you next time we decide to make fools of ourselves publicly.